Thank God you came. How many more days could I wait? Make plans with you, and I won't let them fall through. I think I lie for you. I think I die for you. Jealousy cry for you. Do things when you want me to. Like control, yeah, like control. Don't work like that when you love somebody. My old flex is my new flex now, and we're working on it. That's why I need all the energy that you bring to me. My last girl would tear me apart, but she never wanna split a thing with me. But when it comes to you, studies sadly at a church, and plus that then they said that the suspect put it on fire. But what we cover here, CNN News says that at least 4 people were killed and 8 others were wounded today in a shooting at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Grand something Township, Michigan, police said. Grand Blanche Township, Michigan, police said. Authorities say a gunman ran a vehicle through the front of the church during a large service, began shooting, and then intentionally set a fire that grew into a large blaze. Police believe they may still find victims in the burnt-out building. Officer exchanged fire with the gunman and killed him. According to police, investigators have identified the man as Thomas Jacob Sanford, a 40-year-old from the nearby city of Burton, y'all. So the fans are talking. They're saying that Trump needs to take action against this Caucasian on Caucasian violence. What's going to be the excuse this time? People shouldn't have been at church. No accountability at all. This is what some of these fans are just saying, y'all. But unfortunately, there has been another mass shooting in Grand Blanche, Michigan. Well, the church shooting.
Is breaking news from KSL.
We're following 2 big stories tonight impacting members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Tonight, they're mourning the loss of their leader and prophet.
It just really feels like I've lost a loved one, a close friend.
I have a lot of memories here with President Nelson.
We're looking back at the life and legacy of President Russell M. Nelson and a deadly attack on a church meeting house in Michigan, killing at least 2 people and injuring 8.
I'm completely distraught. This was a quiet neighborhood. We've never seen anything like this.
We have live team coverage on those 2 stories tonight. Dan Rascone is live in Michigan for us. Mike Hedrick and Deanie Wimmer are anchoring our coverage from Temple Square in Salt Lake. Let's toss it over to Mike and Deanie.
Yeah, Ashley, it is really a somber night for church members. First off, dealing with that shooting coming out of Michigan and also the loss and the passing of church president Russell M. Nelson.
News specialist Dan Rascone is live tonight in Michigan with the latest on the investigation. Dan, what have you been able to learn there tonight?
Well, Mike and Deanie, as you can imagine, just a horrific tragedy out here in Michigan earlier today. I mean, this was a place of worship, a place where people were supposed to feel safe. Hundreds of them all gathered together in a Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints chapel when suddenly the unthinkable happens. That was just earlier today. And here's what we know so far. Here's what we know about this tragedy. Police say Thomas Jacob Sanford drove a truck through the front of a church. They say he then got out of the truck and opened fire on people inside. Investigators say he then started the building on fire. So far, 4 people have died and 8 others are injured. One of those injured is in critical condition. Members of the congregation are feeling the impact of today's tragedy.
To worship my Savior Jesus Christ, and I didn't expect this to happen, of course, and I've lost friends in that.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, and some of my little primary children that I teach on Sundays.
Investigators also say church members did what they could to protect those around them.
But the people who were inside that church at the time, they were shielding the children who are also present within the church, moving them to safety. Just hundreds of people just practicing their faith. Just extreme courage, brave.
You have 4 killed, 8 injured in the church attack in Grand Blanche, Michigan. Breaking news. Let's see here what the first responders said.
Improvised explosive devices were found at the scene of the attack. No word what police found at the suspect's home. Again, that investigation is still continuing at this hour. The last press conference was just a few hours ago, and at that press conference, they talked a little bit about continuing to kind of dig through the rubble there to see if there are possibly more victims. We're along the roadside right here in Grand Blanche, Michigan. Up just behind me, a roadblock. Just beyond that roadblock is where that church is located. Again, people never expected something like this. We do have some sound apparently of 911. We'll toss to that.
I need manpower up here ASAP. I have people trapped in the building. Repeat, people trapped in the building. We got children inside too.
Yeah, those.
So that was the first responder. He talks about 4 dead, 8 injured in the shooting at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints Church in Michigan. And there were children there, you guys. That first responder talked about children being trapped. But we did see the church on fire. And so, rest in peace. And my condolences to the families. Yes. This is entitled Hate and Bigotry. Charlie Kirk's true legacy. Now, his legacy is that he's always talking about violence in the Black community, right? And how the low IQ Blacks have. But he never calls on the white crime. Just like you see this mass church shooting, these multiple terrorist homegrown attacks is by Caucasian, but he never points that out. Let's see what hate and bigotry Charlie is saying when it comes to African Americans.
People are going to be saying Happy Juneteenth. It should not be a federal holiday, and I'm on my way to work. Have a good day.
Kirk has no problem.
So he says that Juneteenth should not be a federal holiday, but they're trying to vote him in as having a national holiday. Charlie Kirk was not a politician. Charlie Kirk did nothing notable in America but spew a whole lot of bigotry, you guys. But yet they want to vote him in as having a special holiday. But as you can see, Charlie Kirk is against anything positive when it comes to FBA.
Putting his true beliefs about anyone who isn't a white rabbit conservative like him on full display.
You're gonna remove my appendix and you're a Black lesbian. See a Black pilot, you wonder, you say, I hope they are qualified. If I see a Black pilot, I'm gonna be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. I'm dealing with somebody in customer service who's a moronic Black woman. I wonder, is she there because of her excellence, or is she there because of affirmative action? Thomas Sowell.
So we do know that affirmative action, right, had benefit, other minority groups, especially the white woman, because once they did that affirmative action, the white woman became a minority. So she benefited from the affirmative action. But anyway, that's Charlie's legacy. Charlie's legacy was built on the backs of demeaning and humiliating and dehumanizing Black America. Now they said they want to vote him in to have a holiday. Let's see. The Prince of Pan-Africa is where I get this from. And y'all know, let's see what else going on. Charlie. Let's see what he's saying. This is Dr. Umar, the Prince of Pan-African, speaking out against Charlie, Dr. Umar is having a whole lot of controversy himself. But one thing about this man, he is very intelligent, you guys. Let's see what he's saying.
The bigot. I don't believe every white person is a bigot. I do know that every white person is a racist. So what is the difference, Dr. Umar? Rule number one, all white people are racist. What is the difference between the white bigot and the white racist? The difference is simply that the bigot hates you for being black. The racist simply wants to secure complete and total domination of resources, opportunities, and privileges for their own in-group. That's it. Racism is the business of monopolizing things that matter in the hands of white people. So a racist can like black people. A racist can listen to rap. A racist can sleep with you, marry you, have children with you, hang out with you. A racist can be your best friend if you so believe that. A racist can come around you, eat your chicken, your watermelon, whatever you want to do. This is why black people get so confused by the behavior of Europeans. This is why black people get so confused by the behavior of Europeans, because you think you have to hate me to be a racist. Get that out of your mind. No one has to hate you to be a racist. How many of you have had white people who cared about you to some extent still practice racism against you? And now you're totally confused. You're totally confused. You say, wait a minute. This person has helped me. I know they care. They went out on a limb for me before, but yet and still, they kept me from getting that job. Yet and still, they stopped me from buying that house next door to them. We're friends. Why would you do that? Here's where we're messing up. When we deal with racism, there's three fundamental mistakes that African people make around the world in dealing with